This year may have been very challenging for many of us, but we still have an opportunity to end this year strong, happy, joyful, appreciating what we do have in our hands and avoiding 3 common mistakes many people make as we close out the year. If we're not careful, we can end up facing the possibility of making these 3 mistakes. So I want to share with you what these 3 mistakes are and make some suggestions about how we could correct them. And I'm speaking really from situations that have happened to me throughout the course of my own life. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is Angie Marie and this is my YouTube channel, Simple Secrets to a Happy Life. If you found me for some reason, you're so welcome. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's do this together. 3 main mistakes people make as we come to the close of a year, and the first one is feeling disappointed. Disappointment with how the year went so far, and then how we deal with that disappointment. Allowing discouragement to set in. We think about the failures throughout the year. Discouragement because we say the year was not perfect for us. We made some wrong relationship choices in the year, lost money, we didn't take advantage of opportunities we had to learn or grow new skills, feeling physically tired and worn out because of some choices we made during the year. So when we get to the end of the year, discouragement sets in. We feel like we're never going to be happy again, or that life will never get better. One of the things we have to remember is that whatever we're going through right now, it's just a season. There will be another season and another season after that. It's not permanent. So don't allow yourself to get discouraged, because discouragement can lead us down a dangerous path if we're not careful. Let me share something with you. This year was not perfect for anyone. So here's what I do instead of remaining discouraged. With financial mistakes, I make a serious recovery plan. Sometimes we're on a business path, but our finances got misdirected. Let's say you started the year well, but somehow you're ending it broke. Say, instead of saying broke, I'm going to say you're ending it depleted of funds. So what are you going to do? Well, what do I do? When that happens, it's time for a huge spreadsheet that shows me daily what's going on with my finances. How are you going to make money again quickly? Whether it be online or get a brick and mortar job. Weekends or free time, make money from your passion. When you make that money, learn from previous mistakes. Spend within your budget and stay away from those who drain your resources but leave you down when you're depleted. Learn how to reinvest and invest to make what you have work for you. So yes, it's been a difficult year, but it's not yet over. When we allow our emotions to get the better part of us, that's when we have a problem. And let me ask you a question here. If you were not feeling discouraged or down or didn't allow yourself or stressed out, could you be able to make a workable plan instead? How about trying that? Get busy working out a plan, a recovery plan of how you're going to get back up over the next few weeks, the next few days, and make it happen. Believe me, once you get serious with that and put it into practice, you will make it. Here are some reasons I fight discouragement every day, even though I may be disappointed about some things that happen. A discouraged person cannot have the right frame of mind to write or produce anything, including ideas, nor the ability to make passive income. A discouraged mind cannot think about solutions. A discouraged mind will not attract abundance, peace, or joy. A discouraged mind will prevent sound sleep. A discouraged mind will prevent you from finishing strong. A discouraged mind will magnify the problems and minimize the victories. So as the year comes to a close, you might be confronted with this phenomenon of discouragement. Yes, for many it's been a difficult year, but we can finish strong if we fight for it. We still have a few weeks to do something, even if it is to prepare plans to be executed now ahead of the new year. One of the things I do too is just be grateful for every day. Every day I get up, there's a chance. Once there's life, there is hope. I say, God, I thank you. Here it is. I am at the 330th day of the year.
You've kept me alive, you've kept me strong. Give me the focus as I press ahead, and you can do the same.
Secondly, relationships. In my experience, I've observed, and you could tell me if I have your experience as well, but I've noticed that a lot of times relationships, marriages, and so on tend to end closer toward the end of a year more than the middle or the beginning of a year. And why is that so? I believe sometimes there's been problems that people are trying to deal with, and we tend to persevere and we try to cope with things for a number of months and a number of years, but somehow as we get close to the end of the year, we become tired, we give up, we say, nah, enough is enough, I'm gonna cut this off and end this right here, right now. Sometimes I also noticed cyclical behaviors where people come in and out of your life. They leave your life earlier in the year and somehow they tend to return close to the end of the year. There's a reason for that.
Could it be that they tried doing without you for all those months and then they realized that it's very painful and hard to find anyone like you? So the return is really for themselves and not you, even if it may appear so at first. Within a few months, things usually go right back to the usual problems because they were never genuine in the first place. So it's all about them and their needs and what they're willing to give or seemingly pay for that until that conflict resurfaces again. So here's the thing. We all need discernment to know who our true friends are. Recently saw a very painful story about a young lady who went to Mexico, 25 years old. She went to Mexico for a vacation with 6 alleged friends, and it turned out that she was beaten to death and left there in Mexico by these friends, who then told all sorts of stories about what happened to her, such as alcohol poisoning, until an autopsy and videos showed she was actually beaten to death in the room they occupied together as alleged friends. The lesson is be careful. You really do not know what's in a person's heart, although there are usually clues. Dirty looks, side eyes while not facing you directly, not being genuinely happy for your vision or seeing you thrive or excel, being in the way of your progress, usually needing your time and energy while you should be producing. Never discredit how your parents feel also. Yes, of course, you are grown, but somehow parents are often able to perceive things that you might not see. And that is the truth, and it's because they have had experience ahead of you, and so they know. They've been there, done that. So ask yourself these questions. Is this a seasonal association, or is it someone who is worth letting go of permanently? Of course, you could still say hello to people from a distance. Ask yourself, what is my life, what is your life likely to look like in another 10 or 20 or 30 years at this rate with this person? Can the issues be corrected with counsel? Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the pain? In the case of marriages, I really believe that marriage is a serious commitment and it's not something that should be let go quickly or without careful thought. Sometimes in the marriage, in a young marriage especially, what may be needed is physical relationship counseling. Because if there's one thing I know, it is that there are 3 main things that ruin marriages. And I promise I'm going to do a video on this. Guys, especially look out for this, because there are some things about marriage that your wife, that your woman will not tell you. Or I'll say is not likely to tell you because she doesn't want you to feel hurt, or she doesn't want to wound your ego or to make you feel bad. So she may not tell you these things, especially if she feels about these particular issues. So like I said, I plan to do another video to hopefully help our men understand what women want.
Thirdly, failing to be teachable, not seeking help, feeling that we can handle things on our own, not being willing to find out from others, not seeking after mentors who have wisdom, people who have some experience who could help and support us. That's another mistake that we make.
I believe it's connected to the first 2. For instance, if we are feeling discouraged or if we have been disappointed or hurt in relationships, sometimes what we do is that we shut down and instead of seeking help, we try to do everything by ourselves. However, we must remember that we were not brought here as islands. We all need support mechanisms, people who will support and help us, especially when we're going through difficult times. Instead of choosing to do everything by ourselves, we should be teachable and seek help when we need it. The best thing about the new year is that it's a fresh start full of possibilities. However, the worst thing about approaching the new year is that breaking old habits and routines can be difficult. When our bodies and brains synchronize together, we work at our best. So be positive, be grateful, be hopeful and visionary. Make plans, pray and execute them with patience and wisdom. Let's learn to stay calm regardless of the storms on the outside. And is it easy to do this? No, it's not. But we can train ourselves over time to become more like that.
I really appreciate you staying with me to the end of this video. If you have not yet subscribed, here's another opportunity to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you'll be the first to know each time I post new content. And as I promised earlier, I want to share some things from having had failed marriage before, what I think a woman really needs in a relationship. So you guys, you may want to be looking out for that if you want to be able to keep your marriage together. There are 3 very important things. I'm gonna go through that in more detail in one of my upcoming videos. Let me go ahead and wish you a happy rest of your day, a happy holiday season as we close out the year. Let's end it strong. This is Angie Marie, and I'll see you in the next video.